Hello everyone, and welcome back to Fableheim. We are here in MISTOVER, on hard mode, returning from the ashes. We were defeated in the last episode by the third boss, the Black Goddess of the Earth. And, being perfectly honest, I was quite down in my spirits. But, after a few days of rest, I more or less got the team back together and leveled them up a little bit. So Evelyn, Yamato, and Akasha are all level 9, which made some of the expeditions interesting. But we have a new Shadowblade named Faelin. She is using 3 of the cursed items, which are pretty powerful. And as you can see, she knows like basically every ability except for secret action. So that was something. But I was being really picky, and none of the Shadowblades were meeting my pickiness. So eventually I was just like, you know what? Screw it. Pick her up. So once again, we're bringing Sting Hard, Snake Eyes, Strike from Behind, and Release Power. They're all lower levels, but this is the setup that I prefer the most for Shadowblade, especially since very soon we're going to be fighting a boss that I need to burn the crap out of, so these are the spells to do that. We did get some new accessories that are amazing. We got Divine Evasion here, 5 evade, 0 guard, because I fused it a little bit to get rid of the negative, and plus 5 attack max, so the amount of damage she can do when she rolls well is increased. We got Divine Guardian, which is 3 guard, minus 2 speed, but plus 8 evasion. That's insane. Yamato is using our new Divine Power, which gives 10 to 11 attack. Minus 2 hit, which is sketchy, but his Divine Evasion gives 8 hit. So I thought, you know, damage is damage. And we've leveled his Devil's Eyes up to 3. I'll explain more about that later in combat. With Akasha, we have the Divine Stunning. Increase attack max by 5. This increases the potential of her heals. I already showed you Faelin. On Ankea, our new Grim Reaper, she is using the Cursed Hell Scythe and Cursed Force Grave Robe. They basically have the same thing. Well, no, they don't. I think it's the other cursed items that do, but Slow and Hungry, Trembles in the Dark. As long as we keep our bars up, that should be fine. The Divine Toughness I got, and it's 59 extra health. So that's good. I gave it to Ankea because we want our Grim Reaper to be durable, because she is not. Which is also why she got the Divine Steely, which is 7 defense, 2 evade, 8 hit. This is a great accessory, and I love it so. I'd also like to give a special shout out to Gen, who filled the slot of the Shadowblade when I didn't have one. You're a good boy, Gen. Alright. So, our team is reassembled. Today's episode is not to take on the boss again, because I'm not emotionally ready for that. Today's episode is... That's kind of a crappy ring, huh? Today's episode is to catch you guys up with what's happened, where we are, how we're feeling, and to do our final expedition before we return to take on the Black Goddess of the Earth. And I want to talk a little bit about my strategy and my plans. So, yeah, that's what today is about. I hope you enjoy. Minus 6 food and luminosity per step is kind of annoying, but hey. Our formation is the same as it was before. We got the Doomsday Clock warning, but we should be fine with this group. Our Doomsday Clock is currently at 9 o'clock, which is... Ooh, it's getting close. You saw the vortex animation was really picking up. So hopefully it doesn't get too much lower. I hope I'm going the right way. In some of the expeditions I was doing, I had a really hard time going the correct direction. So I hope that's not what this is. I guess we're gonna go here. Oh, I waited instead of attacked. Oh. Big mistake, but Evelyn's here to go first anyway. Her her stun is at rank 4 now, and it will stun through stun resistance. It's absolutely bonkers. I love it so much. I might need to turn down the combat volume a little bit. Just a wee bit. It's been a while since I've recorded MISTOVER, so I've had that deadly Windows update since then. It just reset all of my settings and screwed everything up. Unfortunately, I can't do it during combat, so you will have to forgive me. Hopefully it's not too annoying. So this guy has 100% stun resist, and we still get there sometimes. Not that time. Of course, because I was talking about it, the game's not going to give it to me, but sometimes we get there. My philosophies are take your kills where you can get them, but I think Satu is going to kill the... Well, Satu. I think Ankea is going to kill the front minion with her Shadow Raid. Now we're using the same strategy for the most part. We have the Shadow Raids going off that are that's reducing the hit of everybody that we're fighting. I love getting kills with Sweet Foe. It makes me so happy. But we've added one more piece to the puzzle. One more piece that we theory crafted a while ago. Ow! That was a 300 hit. Alright, well, he needs to die. Not that one. This one. Well, he still needs to die. Just because he didn't die doesn't mean he needs to live. So we'll just kill him. And then we'll give Yamato this kill. Yeah, go ahead and block there, Ankea. There we go. But the new addition to the strategy, I mentioned it earlier, and that is Devil's Eyes. We've gotten this up to rank 3, and what this does, basically, is in a column, it will inflict an evade and hit debuff. The hit debuff is the important part. I mean, you know, reducing enemy evade is good. But, yeah. We're going to turn to the master volume once. No. SFX. Okay. We'll see if that suffices. We've already found the exit, which is not very helpful for us. We do need to fight this enemy because of the Doomsday, you know, the Doomsday clock saying we're fighting weak evil, which we kind of are. So we could use our Devil's Eyes here. We could just try and stun them and start killing stuff. Our Bloodthirsty Sword is hitting really hard. It's not uncommon for that to hit over 400. So it is doing good. Actually, my plan for the boss is to use Yamato as our big DPS on it. Just spam Bloodthirsty Sword on her because she's in the middle where Bloodthirsty Sword can hit. And then we'll have Faelin, Evelyn, and Akasha controlling the blackouts. I don't know why I'm stuttering so much today. Just can't think. But I wanted to get this video out to you guys because you may have noticed that there is a new playthrough on the channel of Tyranny. It is a isometric classic CRPG, or that's what the C stands for, classic. And I'm really enjoying it, but I wanted to let you guys know that that doesn't mean there will be no more MISTOVER. That was a 491 hit. MISTOVER is here, and we are going to beat the game. One way or another. Even if I have to drag myself through it. Hopefully we don't have to. Our current strategy feels very strong. Even when I was just using Devil's Eyes and I didn't have the Shadow Raid combination, when Gen was in here, it still felt good. So I'm fairly confident in our new approach. And Evelyn's, as I mentioned, Evelyn's stun is getting crazy. I basically spent all of today just farming expeditions. I think I started at... Where did I start? I started at week 17. And now we're at week 22. So that's 5. Easy maths. Unfortunately, we didn't have enough souls to Shadow Raid here, but that's okay. We are fine. That's the stunned one, so we're good. And another strategy that was recommended to me for dealing with the Black Goats, and I kind of thought of it myself because we were kind of doing it with Shadow Raid, is to use Devil's Eyes from the Ronin to control all 3 of them, because it does the same thing, but with less damage. And that's a good idea. And we might be doing that as well, but I definitely want to use that damage on the boss. 499. If we hit the boss with that, it's over. I mean, she has like 1900 health, so not exactly over, but you know what I mean. What am I killing here? Oof. Not that one. Evelyn's got it, though. Don't worry, Faelin. I know you're getting used to the new composition. We picked up Faelin on our first recruit of the new ranks. That was a terrible explanation. So I researched how to recruit higher level people with our fellow bespectacled adventurer Olivia. And Faelin was in the first round of those. At level 7. Because as I mentioned, I was being super greedy with picking up Shadow Blades. I wanted the perfect setup and no wasted skill points. But obviously, kind of gave up on that. Nah, you dodged it. Do. Just poke it. Try and set it up for a kill with Ankea. Nailed it. Now, I probably should not have upgraded Devil's Eye if we were going to use it to control the Black Goats in the boss fight. Because the longer... Obviously, upgrading something increases its damage, right? And its debuff. But if we're hitting the Black Goats for, like, 100, that's only 4 debuffs we can apply before they're dead. And under no circumstance should we kill them all at once. We have learned that lesson. We've learned that the hard way. Now, the Dark Souls part of me is afraid that she's going to go into like a phase 2 or something once we defeat her. So I hope that's not the case. But hey, if it is, we'll just have to adjust our strategy. That's starting to hit for some respectable damage, though. Combining the two, Shadow Raid and Devil's Eyes, was a brilliant move, if I do say so myself. Look at that, they're already at minus 60 hit. Although our Shadow Raid is down to rank 3 again, we almost had it to rank 5. But, you know. New Grim Reaper, new day. We move on with our lives. And we're using the same strategy. It was a good strategy. So we haven't completely moved on with our lives. But I think this is... I don't want to say ideal group composition. But I believe this to be the most powerful. If you believe otherwise, please let me know. I enjoy finicking with... Finicking? I enjoy toying with different group compositions. I really wish there was more that the witch could do. I feel like she had so much potential. But, meh. Hopefully an update will come in soon for her. That would be nice. Oh, you were guarding. Cheeky. Cheeky caster. Good dodges all around. The new accessories are contributing a lot to our expedition. Like, I went so long without good accessories, and I didn't know how much of a difference they could make. But now I do. I'm a little afraid about Faelin being branded, but not that afraid. Oof. Big hit. We're grabbing our kills where we can, but also just continuously AoEing things. We're starting to hit so hard. It's respectable. Again, my concern is soon going to be, are we doing too much damage? So much damage that we just obliterate the black goats and push the boss into her undesirable phase. Hopefully not. We'll have to toy with it. Because at one point in time I wanted to put the power drink on Yamato. Because, again, Bloodthirsty Sword is hitting like a truck. But if we use Devil's Eye at all with the power drink, I'm afraid of how much damage we're going to do. Is that a trap or an enemy? It is an enemy. I'm impressed that I saw it. Usually when I'm recording, I don't see the stealth enemies very well. Suffer. Be debuffed. Good dodge, Ankea. And I'm out of... what are they called? The divine essences. The things you use for fusions. I've been out for a little bit. It feels bad. Otherwise, I would have upgraded the cursed weapons even more. Because the fact that they're cursed not only gives you a negative jinx, but it also increases the maximum fusions. So Faelin's weapon, for example, is up to... 11 possible infusions. Sorry, I was thinking there for a second. No, I wanted to give Satu the souls. Satu. I'm gonna try. I'm trying really hard to get used to saying the new names. But I want to give Ankea the souls. So we're just gonna go ahead and block spam. That is another thing that I'm kind of worried about. If we're using Yamato as our main DPS, if we're spamming block because he's taking a lot of damage, we aren't pressing Bloodthirsty Sword. And if we aren't pressing Bloodthirsty Sword, we're not doing damage. Kind of a... I think we call that stretching one character way too far. Or too thin. That's the expression. Let's see what's up here. 'Tis a wall. I discovered it with my face. Oh, this is always a fun composition to fight. I had it earlier where these guys got up to 120% attack. That was fun to steal. You can probably just kill this, yeah. That was a 422 hit. Insane. Being overleveled helps, as it turns out. I hope that will make a significant difference in the boss fight. Having Evelyn, Akasha, and Yamato all leveled beyond where they're supposed to be. I mean, it's just by one level, but one level can make the difference. All of them are rocking 600 plus health. Evelyn's almost to 700. Imagine if she could heal herself. But, still using Holy Smite Cross. I'm a proponent of the ability, so I have to use it, right? Do I just go down and cross my fingers? Hey, look. Right call. So many of these things right next to each other. More Purified Mist. Good, I'm almost out of that. That is to change your jinxes. And I've gotten a lot of terrible jinxes. It's really depressing when you get mist contamination like 3 times in a row. And that was my life for a little bit. What do we got? Ah, the easy peasy combination. I'm surprised we haven't run into someone that was captured yet. I ran into a ton of them when I was doing my expeditions earlier. I actually got the achievement for saving 10 people. Which, you know, that's a start. We want to save everyone in the kingdom of Arta, which is why we've brought ourselves back together for the greater good, or something. Mostly just for revenge. I wasn't going to let some hole in the ground be my death, you know. That would have been a little embarrassing. No, you missed. Feels bad. And now you're dead. Easy. We're gonna have to hit this blue one as well. In order to not get penalized by the Doomsday Clock, we're gonna have to do basically everything on this map. So, let's hope I don't screw it up too much. Because we do not have a whole lot of leniency left in the Doomsday. I don't know how many ticks it is in between the hours. Is it 3 or 4? But ideally, we complete this map, and then next time, we kill the boss and push the Doomsday Clock backwards. That is the goal. Oop. See, we got it through the stun resist. The power of upgrading your stuns. Who would have thunk? Smack. Alright. Where are we headed? Down. Down and around. We could use some more food. We have 2 food. We have a number of curses that rely on us being rather full on food, so it's important to me that we remain that way. The gold chest weapon is not very good. Oh. Weapon or ring. Where's the silver key? Oh, we need to go. Oh. I messed up. I messed up. We need to go up. Oops. Wasted some food. Here we go. We got it. Recovered. I say that, but we're going to have to spam some food here. And I need to make sure I don't press the wrong button. There we go. So we are now out of regular food. We have polluted food, which doesn't necessarily bode well for us. But, we're going to try. That was a one-shot. Alright. Good job, Yamato. Again, that one accessory is making a huge difference. If I could get more of those, please. I might need to take that off before we go to the boss fight. That might help. Ah, but then I can't kill things. And I want him to kill the boss. We probably want to give this to Ankea. Well, she might get it with her curse, because she has concentration 3, which is why Shadow Raid's only at 3. But I mean, of all the curses to have a rank 3, that's a pretty good one. That's the single target hit removal. Hit reduction. I mean. Alright, come at me. Maybe we'll fight all of the enemies before I run out of food. Alright, Yamato. One shot it. Beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. So yeah, we've come a long way since the last episode. And soon we're gonna prove it. I mean, we're kind of proving it right now, but I mean, against the boss. I thought about just coming back with the boss fight, but meh. I wanted to show you guys all of the progress that I've made before we go, you know, own the boss. I need to give that kill to Ankea. So please poke that. We can kill them both with Ankea. But we shouldn't. We need to give that kill to Yamato. That was a 173 crit with his basic attack. That's pretty nuts. Bring me into the void. That was a bit farther than I thought it was. But, okay. We made it. And there's no enemies here? There's like a hole in the wall, though. Nifty. Don't worry, this isn't the only game with holes in the walls. There's a fun spot in WoW if you sit in Borealis, the Alliance city for this expansion, where you can see through the world. Yeah, it's good fun. I need to go down. Away from that. Thank you. I also need to go down this way to the silver chest. If we have any hope of getting completion for this. We're very low on food. Uh-oh. Many uh-ohs. I don't know how many enemies are going to be here, but I'm going to assume more than one. We could try and sneak through. I might just have to leave. I hate to do it, but our food is so low. There's a trap there. Okay, let's scout it out. Oh, that was dumb. Confused movement. Alright, we're going straight for the exit. It's my left and right keys that are confused, by the way. We have to fight our way through. How many more turns do I have on this? 6? We could go up and around. I think it's safer to fight my way through. Oh. It might... I moved the wrong way because of the confusion. But we're gonna fight our way through and then go up. Unfortunately, the Doomsday Clock is gonna be real mad at me, but hey. It'll be the last time that it gets mad at me, I hope. And then we can do our aforementioned plan, where we kill the boss and appease the Doomsday Gods. And then move on to the next zone, which I still don't know what it is, but I think it's the Frozen something? Frozen Mountains? Frozen Tundra? I don't know. We've had a few traits that affect it, though, so I should know. We are giving these kills to Ankea. Just kidding. We'll give one to Ankea. And again, we get nothing for doing this. Ooh. Yeah, we're at 92%, so the Doomsday Clock's gonna be mad at us, but we don't have any more choice, because we're out of food. Because I went a very weird route. But here we go. Expedition complete. No one leveled up. I was kind of hoping either Faelin or Ankea would reach rank 8, but that's okay. We're just gonna have to go in with them being rank 7. Not the first time I've killed a boss when it was with people that were the minimum rank. And there we go. How mad are you? Okay. Just one tick. Just one tick. We'll go ahead and identify our ring, because that's probably the only thing I'm going to use here. This lance is terrible. This could be good. Maybe. No. I'd have to use a lot of fusions for it to be good, which is kind of a problem. We have 2 essences now. I mean, that's just enough to increase this to 11. Do I do that? You know what, why not? We've never had an 11 out of 11. Let's do it. For the memes. I'd love to give this more health, to be perfectly honest. That would make me happy. We don't need weaken speciality. That's not what we're doing. I guess we're going to throw health on it. We'll roll the lance on it, and then we'll throw health for the final one. Make Faelin unkillable. I shouldn't say that. 20 hits. Good. And here's your HP. Boom. 119 health on a weapon. That's nuts. Was that a waste of my divine essences? Maybe. But hey, now we can say we have an 11 out of 11 weapon. And here's the Doomsday animation and music. Ugh. But anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. Sanctum has returned, and we are ready to face off against the Black Goddess of the Earth next time. Bye-bye.